So, did I let Venom Fang X off the hook? Well, like most issues in life, the answer is not black and white. My primary concern was the misuse of the DMCA and the cooling effect that this could have on free speech. I really didn't want to see Venom Fang X banned, as I believe he serves a useful purpose, as I set out in Debating a Creationist Part 3. However, I couldn't let his actions go unchallenged, as this would have merely encouraged him and others. So I settled on my initial proposal, which was less than the least of the courses of action I could otherwise take, which was to ask him to delete his account and stay gone for some appropriate period of time. During the week that Venom Fang X was making videos, I was busy reading up on copyright law and emailing lawyers and legal foundations. During this time I came across the case of DL versus Crook, where a guy who had used the DMCA to essentially act like a jerk, after a lengthy court case, was forced to read an apology to the internet for his behaviour. For me, this solution had some merit. The track record is documented in this case, and to have such a video as a conclusion I thought would make a useful and iconic warning to anyone considering abusing the DMCA. The question one ultimately faces is, what's the purpose of your actions? For me, I wanted to make it clear in an iconic fashion that if you use the DMCA to unlawfully impose on the free speech of others, sooner or later you will tread on the wrong toes, the toes of someone who will say no, and that can land you in a whole world of legal hurt. My options were: 1. Have Venom Fang X read an apology. 2. Report him to YouTube. 3. Pursue legal action. Ultimately, I came to the opinion that having him read an apology served as a better or a more appropriate conclusion than getting him banned. It should be stressed that he has not actually read the apology yet. Indeed, it's not even been written. It's going to be composed over the next week or so. This statement will include various warnings to others who are thinking of abusing the DMCA, and the appropriate way to behave if you get called on it. And it may even have the odd retraction or clarification of one or two of the more egregiously false statements that were made about myself. I should also add here that there were those who stood up and were counted when they heard the call. Foremost of these, I would like to thank the user DPR Jones, an intellectual property lawyer who has been feeding me effectively flawless advice, pro bono publico, which is lawyers speak for the public good. I would also like to thank the user The Masked Analyst, who has several times provided advice that was pretty much spot on with the legal advice I was getting. Then there is Liberal Viewer, who is one of the greatest advocates for free speech on the web. Indeed, his little user icon is Fight for Fair Use, and it's not a bluff. This guy went up against Viacom and won. So a big respect there to Liberal Viewer. Finally, I would like to add my grateful thanks to all those who made videos of support during my week of silence, and to all those who fielded opinions on the subject or advice. They were most gratefully appreciated.